Bobby, go ahead. Let me know when you start recording, and then I'm gonna
Oh
start.
damn! You already started recording? All
Yeah,
right.
just so they could be up and running. It's not like it's. I'm gonna edit this shit and chop it off.
YouTube. All right. Description.
I'm live. Okay, I'm live. Make sure my mic is. Hey, Biggs, say something so I can know you saying something.
Yo, what's good?
All right. AJ, let me hear how you sound.
Monet be tripping, bro.
Okay. Tyler. Oh, you're not. If you're not gonna talk, then okay. So you're not in this podcast. So I'm not mentioning you at all. Okay.
Yeah, no. You don't get a shout out. You ain't talking. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Right?
So please, Tyler, can you put your mic on mute once I start the podcast?
Hell
You
yeah.
know how to do that, right?
Hell yeah. Mute that shit. There you go.
All right, and then we're gonna get into it, and then let me get my timer ready. Set this timer. Let me know when you're ready, Bobby, because I'm ready to start.
It's loading right now. Broadcast gameplay loading, and we are on air.
How do you mute your mic, Bobby? I mean, Tyler. You go to the
who's
party
shooting?
chat. You go to the party chat. You click on your.
Wait, Judd's here. Judd's here.
Okay, so send him an invite.
Posse.
Bye.
Invite to posse.
Oh my God. Hey, Tyler, don't do that while we're doing the recording.
Bro, who is this?
There you go. He's in the posse now. All right, so we're gonna do.
Oh my god.
AJ, stop crying. I'm about to start this shit so we can get into this shit, man. We wasting time.
Hold on, pause. Before you tell me to
my
stop
God.
crying, just know I'm trying to do a mission and I have four random niggas chasing me down.
Okay.
Like real game niggas, bro. Not NPC niggas.
Okay. Well, you should have been with us, but you didn't want to. So, not our problem now. Your problem.
Nah, I told you I said that shit a while ago.
All
I
right.
didn't want to listen.
Damn.
Hey, y'all
All
ready?
right, so I'm gonna start up this legendary right now.
All right, start that shit, man. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Biggs, you ready?
I'm good.
AJ, you ready?
Yep.
Oh my god.
All right. Hey. Y'all know what this is, man. Another episode of BS and PS. Oh, fuck. I fucked up.
Pause. You
I
said
gotta
that.
start over.
Rewind.
I gotta rewind. I gotta rewind. Damn.
How did you
fuck
fuck
PS
that
and
name
BS?
up, nigga?
My bad. Hey, all right, I'm starting
How
over.
many weeks? Oh my god. I thought I was the one out for 2 weeks. God damn.
No, right?
Hey, man. We back again, man. We back. PS and BS. Another episode, man. We got all the boys this time.
What
Got
episode
your-
is this? What episode? No, for real. What number is this? I missed 2.
Wow.
So what
You
episode is this
missed
now?
2, man.
So
Oh, my.
rewind. We're gonna have to start it over.
It's
No,
episode
no,
4.
no.
It's episode 4. It's episode
This
4.
is episode 4.
Oh,
Episode
okay,
4.
alright.
No, I think we can keep this. We can keep this.
Episode
No, hell no, we're not keeping that. They're gonna be like, why are we listening to these dumbasses? They don't even know what they're doing.
Right.
No,
All
we're
right,
not
let's
keeping
start.
that.
Let's
We're
start
not
over.
keeping that.
All right, let's be serious. Episode 4, PS and BS. Did somebody want
Technically, it's
to?
5
That's-
because we have a 0.5 bonus
Right.
content episode. But
Right,
it's
this-
episode 4.
All right, it's episode 4. Did somebody want to? Do the intro, or do you want me to do it?
I do the intro. What's up?
All right.
Oh shit.
All you gotta do is just say that who you are and name our names, and then we get right, and then you just introduce the topics.
Yeah.
Top 3 PS1. Is that Tyler? Hey Tyler, bro, we gonna have to kick. Hey, all shits and giggles and shit. But you gotta kick Tyler from the group, AJ, because he might do that shit. You gotta kick him. What you mean? We recording the podcast and he's playing around.
Someone
Okay,
started shooting.
so So we're introducing.
You're just gonna say AAA. This is PS and BS.
Man, hey,
This
man,
random.
listen, man. Listen.
I just died. Yo, no
What
one.
do we
No,
listen to?
everyone
we got-
needs to be over here.
Fam, we got to start this shit before an hour, so let's not worry about this mission real quick. Let's start the podcast and then start the mission. Cause I wasn't moving my horse until we started the podcast.
Oh my god! So we're not doing bounties then until we can concentrate. Cause I'm not gonna be yelling about this.
Cause I can't even concentrate. It's too much going on.
Y'all do what y'all do. I'm doing bounties on my end.
Oh my god, AJ, I
We'll
thought
do
you were
level
starting the
one bounties.
podcast.
We'll do level
So
1
what I-
bounties.
I can't do bounties while I say some words.
Well, you haven't. I thought Biggs was about to say something.
Oh, all right. Shut up.
Biggs, you about to say something?
No, I'm good. I'm chilling.
Are you ready, AJ? So you
Yeah.
press start.
Yeah.
All right, go.
Yo. This PS and BS episode 4.
Hey.
You know we be doing this. This chaos in the building. Everybody else, introduce yourself. Y'all know how it go.
Deals here. 1682.
Almighty Trav.
You already know who had to come back for the one time. You already know. Hey, listen. I know. Y'all missed me. Y'all tuned into the first 2 episodes. Y'all was like, I really like that guy Biggs on that podcast. And then y'all went 2 episodes without me. I know it hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
like the
they had to hear
lovable one in the
that-
group.
they had to
You know
hear
what I'm
that
saying?
almighty
I'm the
shit
people
for 2
person in
weeks
the group.
without you.
You know what I'm saying? Just chilling.
Hey, but we back again, man. We playing Red Dead this week, getting our bounty levels up, and you know, the first letters in our podcast is PS, and we want to go back. Take it back, man, to PlayStation 1, and get everybody, what they loved about PlayStation 1. They top 3 games they put the most time in, or got frustrated in, or whooped some ass in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot it over to the young man OVO Biggs, since he been MIA, man. Go ahead, Biggs.
You want to hear me speak first? Oh, he wants to hear me speak first. I like it.
Yeah.
Dang. All right, so PlayStation 1, that shit came out like the day I was born. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when did that? Like, no, for real. Like, what year did PlayStation 1 come out? It's like 95, right? 95?
I'm about to tell you
Damn,
right
you're
now.
that young?
94.
No, if it came out in
94.
95.
94
Oh, yeah,
December.
see, it came out 3 years before I was born. I was born
Shut
in 97.
up! Stop!
Yeah.
Stop!
AJ gets so surprised every time I tell him my age, but I tell him this shit every week. I swear to you, I
I
tell him my
know.
age every week.
But it don't make sense to me, bro. Like,
Yeah, so
I don't know.
The PlayStation 1 came out 3 years
PlayStation 1
before I
came
was
out
born.
in 1995.
Oh, okay, so
Oh,
2 years.
shit.
Okay. Fact check. All right, flex.
Fact
All right.
check.
ooh,
So-
ooh.
Even with that being so, I still owned one and I still played one in my youth. And dang, top 3 games. It was hard for me to come up with a 3 that didn't include the basics, like Spyro, Crash, shit like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much like PlayStation's mascots. But the main game that I played when I was playing PlayStation 1, and it was one of those games where I didn't necessarily beat it, only because I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing, but I know I
Right.
played it and I know I had fun playing it, which was Final Fantasy VII, and that game easily became probably like my number 2 favorite game of all time, even though when I was playing it at the time I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, because it was like way past my knowledge, way past, like, I'm sure things that have like the required age to play and shit. I'm sure I was
Right.
like 10 years under that, and I didn't know what I didn't know what I was doing at all. But I knew it was fire. Like, I don't know what about me, what about young 4-year-old me knew that it was fire, but it was.
Yeah.
And now that I went, like, when it was ported to like PS3 and PS4 and Switch, I got it on all 3. And I actually played through it now, being a little older, being able to understand it. And you really get to explore the story and the characters, and it was definitely like, okay, now I know what motherfuckers was talking about when they were saying, oh, one of the greatest and shit like that. So that's my number 1. Number 2, I had Pac-Man World. Pac-Man World, super slept on game. When you think about Pac-Man, you think about just the basic 2D scrolling across the little maze, eating the dots, getting chased by the ghost. But what was so cool about Pac-Man World to me was that it was like the Pac-Man game got the same treatment that Super Mario 64 did. Super Mario 64 was like the first time that Mario was like a platformer.
Yeah, it was like a Spyro platformer type of deal.
Right. Instead of just being the 2D side-scrolling game that it was. And the fact that Pac-Man got the same treatment, I was super amped for that, because I was more so raised on Pac-Man than I was Mario, because my mom's was like a big Miss Pac-Man fan.
Right.
So when the Pac-Man World came out, I was like, oh, this is dope. I'm going to go ahead and rock this, which I did. And number 3, with Pac-Man World being my number 2, I thought it was only right to make Spyro my number 3, because that's exactly what Pac-Man World reminded me of. And Spyro was actually one of the first games on PlayStation 1 that I beat on my own. Like, I fully played the game and beat it. And when I say that I beat a game, it sounds so ridiculous, because I was playing this PlayStation 1 when I was like 4 or 5.
Right.
So like, the fact that I even beat a video game was kind of a big deal to me.
Right.
So yeah, those are my 3.
Seeing those credits scroll.
Yeah. Seeing the credits, that was a first for me. I didn't even know games had credits, to be honest. And then I saw them, and I was like, oh, now I can see how many people made it and shit. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That used to be the thing too with the credits, because sometimes you would get like a little extra mission or unlock like a little special mode after seeing the credits. So, credits was a big thing. But shit, that was a nice little top 3, man. Let's go ahead and kick it over to let's go to Random, man. I want to hear his top 3, man.
All right, man. Y'all already know me. I be playing the destructive ass games. So I used to love the game Rampage.
Oh my
For all y'all
God.
young people that don't know about Rampage, you get to be these big monsters, and you just get to destroy the whole city. Like, that is the objective.
So it's like the movie that The Rock was in called Rampage.
I was just gonna say that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I never seen the movie, so I can't say if it was based on the game. I don't know. So you can't really question me on that part, because I have no idea. I never seen the movie. But anyways, down to my number 2. So I had originally came up with a whole different list when I thought of this, but I'm gonna have to go with Tekken 2. Because Tekken 2 on PlayStation, that was my shit. Like, what? Tekken, Jax, all them niggas like that. Oh, King, what? Y'all don't even know about some of them dudes.
Law
bruh.
was my dude.
Law, Bruce. What you mean, bro? Like, bro, we can get into Tekken. After Tekken, I don't know, man. Like, there was this game back in the day called Load Runner. Most of y'all don't even know what a Load Runner is.
That's what she said.
Are you talking about Temple Run?
Nah, bro, it's Load Runner.
Temple Run.
Listen, I'm a break down Load Runner for y'all. All right. So you get to be either one. Well, it's either a 1-player game or a 2-player game.
Right.
So what it is you're this little individual person on this big ass map, and there are all of these, I guess you could say, like, monsters trying to kill you, and you have to basically kill the monsters and beat the objective before you die. Kind of. There was no time limit or anything.
Was this 3D
so if you wanted
or
to
2D?
take your time. Nah, this was 2D. This was back in 2D. Back in 2D times, bro.
Right.
No 3D. It wasn't, bro. Like, a flat screen. It just, your dude's walking left to right. That was it, bro. There was no circles and all this. Nah, bro. Left to right, up and down. That was the whole gameplay.
Right.
But if they could ever recreate a game, I'd take Load Runner all day, bro. That was my weakness back in my prime of PlayStation 1.
How many nights did you put into Load Runner?
Nights, bro. All right, so let me break it down. When I was younger,
trying to clock you. I don't know why trying to clock you. I don't know what he up to, but he trying to get some dirt on you.
I don't know, but listen, I'm gonna drop it for you. All right, so back when I was younger, I used to come down to Florida, to hang out with my pops for the summertime.
Yeah.
And fucking, hey. So the whole summer, you talking about all summer long, that's the only game I'm playing, bro. So nights, I don't know about nights. Days, I don't even know about days. Months, bro, plenty of months on that game, bro. Months with an S.
God
yeah,
damn.
I used to spend time like if I didn't have a life for real.
God damn. That sounds interesting. I'm actually gonna have to look that up, man. I'm gonna have to check that out and see what that's all about.
Oh, that was my game, bro.
Let's go over to see what Steele's got to say for his top 3.
All right. Well, me being, I believe, the oldest person in this group.
No, that's me.
Far from. Well, not far, but no.
Not pretty far.
I played a lot of games, as I've said in the past. I don't just stick to 1 or 2 types of games.
Right.
So when they said they were only going to pick 3, I kind of shed a little tear because it was really hard. Like there was just so many games that I played growing up with PS1, but I settled on 3, and the way I chose those 3 were the most time that I put in / most times I beat it, you know.
Right.
So, number 1 game. Now, you know what? I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna start with 3.
All right.
Third game.
Don't copy me. Don't copy me. That's what I did.
What it was? I wasn't paying attention.
Ooh, damn.
No, just playing. I'm gonna go with Street Fighter Alpha 3. That was one that we played a lot back then. Had a lot of days where we skipped school and went to someone's house, and that's all we played was Street Fighter Alpha.
Now, what year are we talking about here? You talking about skipping school? I'm thinking elementary. What grade was you in?
For real?
Sir, when
in 96, 97, I was in high school.
Holy
get
shit!
out of here! How old are you?
Dude,
we
how many
found out
times you go
he's
through
young.
this? You always,
How old are you?
Just like Biggs, when he's like, oh, every time I say how young I am, you flip out. Every time I say how old I am, you flip out.
Hey,
Bro,
who's
I'm
this?
37.
37. He said
I'm
it was
37. I
30,
graduated high school in 2000.
Hey, what does that sound?
So you see, look, man, I got a whole new respect for y'all old niggas, and I want to tell y'all why. You're in high school, and the only form of entertainment you guys are PlayStation 1? Sad time, man. Sad time. God damn. Sad time.
It is what it is. So back to my list.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Street Fighter Alpha, we played that a lot of battles. It was a lot of fun. I do have to admit, or agree with Chaos on the Tekken. That is also one I put a lot of time in. Even recently, I did wind up platinuming that on PS4, Tekken 7. But anyway,
flex.
That was a flex.
That was a flex.
I gotta have my little flex every episode. You know, I gotta have my little flex
on the PS4 Pro.
Street Fighter Alpha, yeah, PS4 Pro. My 1 terabyte of download speed. And so yeah, that was my third one. Number 2 would have to be the one, the only Twisted Metal 2.
Hell yeah.
For some of you who don't know, it was a game where there was cars. You went into different cities, and each car was fitted with different types of weapons. And the whole purpose of the game was to destroy your competition by any means necessary. And I put a lot of time into that game as well.
I'm glad I wasn't the only destructive child, bro. I'm glad I wasn't the only one with a crazy ass mentality as a kid.
Oh shit!
That was by far my favorite Twisted Metal out of all of them. If they put it out right now, I'd buy it and play it again. I mean,
hell yeah!
I don't know.
I would like a remake of that.
That one was awesome. I think they did come with a remake on PS3 at one point, and I did get it. But,
yeah, it was Twisted Metal Black, but it wasn't as good.
No, that was the last game they came out with, and I was not a fan of that, to be honest. I did get it and play it, but Twisted Metal 2, I put a lot of time into it. And for my number 1 PS1 game, has to be Resident Evil 2.
I couldn't play that game. I was scared as a jit.
That game, I put work into. How many times I beat that? Ask me. How many times did you beat Resident Evil 4? Go ahead.
How many times did you beat Resident Evil?
Not twice. Not 3 times. But 4 times. I beat Resident Evil 2 4 times.
Holy shit.
And by the time that I came to the 4th time, I knew everything. I knew where everything was at. I knew where all the safe spots were. Yeah. I knew exactly where to get all the gun pieces.
Yep.
I knew everything. And I read somewhere that the record for beating Resident Evil 2 was like 2.5 hours or something like that. 3 hours.
Oh, wow. The game wasn't even that long.
Whatever the record was, I don't remember exactly what it was. I have to look it up again. Granted, it could have been beaten by now. But if I'm not mistaken, it was like 2.5 hours to beat the complete game. On my 4th run, I missed it by 25 minutes.
Wow.
But then I never played it again. Probably should have did, because eventually a lot of people started making, I don't think they were called podcasts then, but I know they were doing videos, YouTube videos of what they call quick runs or whatever.
Oh, right,
they were just trying to beat games as fast as they possibly could.
Yeah.
I probably should have did that for Resident Evil 2 because I'm almost certain at the time I probably would have beaten whatever the record was, because in that 4th game I was also still messing around and doing stupid stuff. So those are my 3 games.
All right. That was a nice little. I think everybody got a solid little top 3, man. All right, y'all. I know y'all waiting on my top 3, cause mine might get a little out there, and people might try to cuss me out, just like Ice Billion Berg, But we gonna get there, all right?
Oh, he had to mention him again.
We're not gonna talk.
We got to mention him again.
We're not gonna talk about it for an hour. I promise. I promise you that. All right. So for number 3, I lived in a neighborhood where whoever had the PlayStation, that's where everybody hung out at, and we got it in. So number 3 got to be a multiplayer game that started a lot of fights and started friendships and ended friendships. And we're going to go with Mortal Kombat Trilogy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
When you figured out those cheat codes to do the 1-button fatality, babyality, animality.
No.
Yeah. No,
no
what?
Cheat codes here. No cheat codes here.
They call me Cheat Code Shorty. You know, I had the little cheat code book at all times. At all times. He said I still do.
Yeah, why he trying? He still got the book. Look on your bed. Hey, look on the trap bed.
He calls himself Almighty, but what he leaves out is the cheat part. Almighty cheat Trav.
Yeah.
Hey man, black men don't cheat, man. Remember that.
Oh, listen here, Charlemagne.
Hey, but listen though. Hey, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, man. I've been a Mortal Kombat fan ever since. I probably owned every single Mortal Kombat to date. Digital downloads to modded versions of the games on PC. Like, I still play Mortal Kombat Trilogy now on my PlayStation Classic that I got modded out. Like, I still play that game.
You're still not good at any of them.
I'm not the come over and give you that Cyrax work, son. I'm gonna have to come over.
Hey, I'm not the best, but hey, man, I can hold my own, man. Don't sleep on me, man. Right now, I'm real heavy on Frost on Mortal Kombat 11. I'm out there with her, you know what I'm saying? She holding me down right now, so don't sleep on your boy.
Elsa.
All right, so that was number 3. Number 2, me and my brother, we played this game countless nights. Beat the game, started over, beat the game, started over, beat the game.
We already know what this is. We already know what this is.
Go
ahead.
I'm gonna let y'all guess. Let me see if y'all can guess.
MGS.
Okay. That one I didn't put in my list because I wasn't good at Metal Gear. My brother was dangerous at Metal Gear, but I did not. I watched him play Metal Gear. I didn't necessarily help him beat Metal Gear. But this game that I helped him beat, that we both played, we probably could play this game over and over now. came on 2 CDs, and I'll still play that shit today. Driver 2. If you ain't never played Driver 2, it was like before Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto 3. This was the first game that you could actually get out your car, steal other people's cars, go to different places from Vegas. I think it had Vegas, Miami, and New York all in the same game. You were an undercover cop. Man, it was just full of police car chases, chasing down other people. It was the name of the game, Driver. You were a driver, and that was your main. It wasn't a shoot 'em up. It was just a driving game that you needed skill to get through it. And we beat that game countless times, unlocked different cars, different modes, and shit. I'll still play a game. That's another game sitting on the PlayStation Classic that I'm still gonna try to run back through.
I don't know if you would say you needed skills to beat that game because you're just driving a car.
Okay, you still need.
They made you do some crazy stuff.
They made you do some crazy. Even in the first 10 minutes, they put you in like a little garage. That might have been Driver 1. In Driver 1,
I remember.
They put you in a garage and gave you a list. They gave you a list.
They put you in a garage and you have to do the test.
180 turn, J turn, all these crazy shit. And I'm not gonna lie, me and Judd literally, this is before Google. We over here trying to figure out what the fuck is a. I'm not sure it was a J turn, but it was one on the list that we're like, what the fuck is this? You know, and I think I had to go to school and ask one of my friends, like, what the hell is that? And he had to explain it to me, and then I had to go home. Like, this is before Google. Like, you literally had to go to school, ask around, somebody had the information, you bring it back to the house, and then you get it done. You know, that's what I liked about games. Like, sometimes you just didn't know how to get to the next level, and you had to find out from, you know, word of mouth. You know, I miss those days.
You mean to tell me you didn't have a cheat code for that, Mr. Almighty Cheat Code, man?
Nah, I didn't. The book fair wasn't at the school yet that year.
Wow. The book fair.
You know, I had to wait for the book fair to get the cheat code book, man. Y'all don't know about the book fair, man, in elementary, man. Y'all don't know about that.
What do you mean, bro? The book fair was the only time my mom used to let me buy a toy.
What?
All right.
That's a toy for you?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Hey, that was a lie. Calm down, guys.
And then all right. So that was number 2. Number 1, this kind of summed up my childhood. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, like this, we had to watch this show every Monday night. Couldn't miss it. You know what I'm saying?
Rapper the Rapper.
What? No.
Monday Night Raw. Monday
Night Raw, man.
Yep.
And the only game that came out on PlayStation that we used to play night and day, SmackDown 2, man. That was like probably one of the first games that you could actually create a wrestler in. Fucking moves out the ass. Like, that game actually feels better than the current WWE 2K games. Playing that game. That. I promise you.
You can't say that, bro.
How can I say that?
I think you were all high and mighty about the damn 2K wrestling, and now you're saying it ain't as good as the old one. I'm saying that
it doesn't play as good because it was more arcade-ish. Like, you didn't have to worry about your wrestler getting tired. I could chokeslam my brother 100 times in a match, and he could still fight me and win the match.
Them cheesy fighters. You find the one move and spam it.
No.
Trav's the one move kind of guy.
So when you say you play Mortal Kombat, you Scorpion just saying get over here the whole time, huh?
Hell no.
That's you.
Y'all always give it.
He's Sub-Zero. He's Sub-Zero just shooting ice at people the whole time.
So who didn't watch wrestling growing up, man? Who had a horrible childhood?
The Attitude Era was the best era.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. SmackDown 2. That's the Stone Cold, The Rock, DX.
Stone Cold, DX. Yeah, that was my shit.
Some of y'all watch wrestling on TV. Some of us went to WrestleMania as kids, so you know it's not that big of a deal.
Light flex.
I never went to WrestleMania, but I've been to my fair share. I've been to my fair share of wrestling events, but I've never been to WrestleMania. I can say that.
WrestleMania where you get to shake Stone Cold's hand.
I don't want to be that guy, so I'm not gonna be that guy.
What guy?
Be that guy. It's okay,
Be that guy,
bro.
man. We need that guy.
I'm not gonna be that guy.
Listen, you were not that guy for 2 weeks. You're allowed to be that guy this week.
I understand where Biggs is gonna come from because Biggs, by the time Biggs probably was old enough to even know what wrestling was, he
John
was watching.
Cena
He had
was
fucking John
wrestling.
Cena and fucking
Yes.
fucking weak ass shit going on.
shit.
He wasn't there
I
for
think-
Ric Flair
I
and
didn't watch that much
Goldberg.
wrestling. I didn't watch that much wrestling, but when I did, like the few times I watched it, I remember distinctly who made wrestling lit for me. And at the time, I think that their name was the Dudley Brothers.
Oh, the
Brothers?
Dudley
Oh,
Boys.
yeah.
Boys.
Dudley Do Right.
They
I like that
were
was their
so
name,
lit.
but-
Like, they
Do right?
were like the only, they were like the only ones that made wrestling like lit for me. But then it was
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I wasn't a big wrestling fan. Like,
Yeah, because you didn't get the Attitude Era. You know, you got on the tail end where it was
Yeah.
just trash.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I didn't. When I was a kid, I couldn't. My parents couldn't afford the pay-per-views, so I definitely couldn't go to none of the live shows. So all we had was Monday nights and whatever night SmackDown came out. I think it was Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And you know, when I got with my current girlfriend, she's actually a wrestling fan still. So I've been into a Raw show and I've been to a SmackDown show just so I can knock that off like the bucket list. Like, okay, at least I've been to a wrestling show. It's not the wrestling that I grew up on and what I loved, but you know, hey, at least I got to go to a show. You know what I'm saying? But with this, go ahead.
You know us Spanish family. We had the black box. I'm not gonna say any more about it. If you
Hey,
know about
hey,
it, you
my
know about
dad-
it. If you don't know about it,
My
Boricua.
dad,
I don't know about it.
I'm not gonna
We in the
lie. My
building.
dad had
we
the
got
black
all
box.
the pay-per-views for free.
Yeah,
so.
my dad had the black box, and I got to watch WrestleMania 20 for free. I remember that. That was the one where Undertaker fought Kane. WrestleMania 20. I remember that one because we actually got to watch that. And you know, pay-per-views are on Sundays. School's on Monday, so couldn't really stay up too late. Wasn't no DVR, so I only got to watch like a couple
it's
matches.
funny you just said DVR because I was just about to say we had the first DVR back in the day because when we didn't have the black box, my grandfather had to connect this dude every WrestleMania, every pay-per-view was what, Sundays, right?
Yeah.
Back then. He would record them, bring them to my grandfather's house, and then we would get together on Monday all and watch the pay-per-view event. That was
Damn.
our version of the DVR back in the day.
Hey man,
On
y'all,
VHS.
y'all up north, man. Y'all invented bootlegging, man. I swear, y'all invented
So
bootlegging.
don't hate.
I'm not hating. I remember the first time I took a trip to New York. I bought probably 3 or 4 bootlegs, CDs, and DVDs. I heard music from rappers I didn't even know made music. Like I'm like, what the hell?
Yep.
You know, they
First
had
of all,
unreleased.
your favorite rapper is an unknown rapper, so that doesn't count for anything that you say. Okay.
All right, man. All right. We're not going back down that road, man.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. No.
Okay,
I'm
but
being
I
a
heard,
good
but I,
boy. You see, I'm being a good boy this week.
Yeah. He's holding it in real big. You
I'm
know,
holding
he's
it
like,
in,
I
man.
really want to say something.
hey, I would talk about your boy, man, but shit, he might tell on me, so I'm not gonna even bring up your boy. Random.
But
Don't.
when did that become
Oh,
my boy?
don't.
That's Random Chaos's boy, not
All
your
right,
Biggs.
I'm leaving the party. Goodbye, guys.
All right.
Oh my God.
All right,
See what
so
you did?
he'll be back.
See what you did?
He's gone.
I have an honorable mention.
Yeah, I was gonna
have
say,
an
let's-
honorable mention.
Go ahead.
Honorable mention.
That's what I was gonna get to.
Road Rash.
Yeah, that was another one. Me and my brother had that.
That was my game too. Road Rash on the motorcycles. You can customize.
I just like to be able to kick people off their bike, hit them with the baseball bat, all that shit.
Nah, the
Yeah.
chain. I used to love whipping them with the chain, yo.
Oh,
that
my
was
God.
I used to just laugh. It was so funny. And
I'm
then-
glad I wasn't the only
Honorable
destructive
mention.
one. I'm
was
really
one of the
glad I
games.
wasn't the only destructive
It was
one
one
as
of
a
the
kid,
game.
bro.
I don't know, just like how Chaos picked one that people might not have known. There was a game made by the people who made Road Rage called Skitchin.
Never heard of it.
Y'all even know what Skitchin is?
No.
Honorable mention.
I thought you said
so-
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you said snitching at the first time you said it, and
Look
I was
what's
like,
on
I didn't
his
know
bio.
that was a game.
No.
I didn't know that was a
Skitchin.
game, and then
Okay,
you were like
so-
skitching, and I'm like,
Skitchin.
whoa,
I know somebody
Which
that's good
actually-
at snitching.
Yeah,
Actually,
niggas is playing that game
can we
right
stop?
now.
Can we stop with that?
All right. Go ahead.
So skitching is what you do when basically it was rollerbladers would be like near highways, and then they would like when cars are like entering highways or or they stop or whatever, they would grab onto their bumpers.
What?
And then get pulled down the road. Okay. This video game, that's pretty much all it was. Legitimately, all you did was just skate down highways, and you would just slingshot yourself basically from car to car to car to car.
Wow.
Now, as kids living in New York,
oh shit,
that is very dangerous because I did it as a kid.
when we used to when it would snow, and us kids, we always try to find ways to have fun and push the limits of what we could or could not do or what we were allowed to do.
Right.
We would sit at the end of the road at the the stop sign and shit like that, and then we'd wait for a car to pull up, and it'd be three of us, and then one of us would just slowly kind of creep behind the car and hold on, and then we just use our feet because there's snow on the ground, and the car would literally pull us. There was one time, there was this store, 7-Eleven, we used to go to and get hot dogs and shit from, Slurpees. It was about 12 blocks from my block. 4 of us skitched on a different vehicle all the way to 7-Eleven. All the way down there, just held on. Funny story, this one time, I tried skitching a mail truck. A mailman truck, alright?
And that's how you got his name, Steels.
I didn't realize that the mail truck had that little mirror, like, on the back of the truck so the driver could look from mirror to mirror and see behind him. He knew what we were doing, and he would start to go and then slam on the brakes. And I was like,
oh,
okay,
shit.
Weird. Then I did it again. And then he did it again, and then I realized, oh, he knows I'm there. And he fucking slammed on his brakes so hard that I hit the back of the damn mail truck. And I was like, all right. I just let go and just fucking just left the road after that.
So your mailman experience was he was an asshole to you. Now let me tell you the story about my mailman experience. Something similar, same story, We used to do shit like that back in the day, but we used to stand on a skateboard and hold on to the vehicle. I've been down the road doing 60 miles an hour on a skateboard.
Skitching. It's whether you're on a skateboard or rollerblades.
All right. Yeah. Well, I used to do that, but we used to throw fireworks at people because I was an asshole. So we would be driving down the road, and I'm throwing fireworks at people.
Is the case still pending?
Wow.
Are these closed cases?
No, I'm sorry to tell you
the case that they gave me.
What is the thing? The time limit on this crime has already passed, so I can't get in no trouble for it. And since I'm not saying what city I was in, Chicago, it doesn't count, bro.
You play this game very well.
All I'm saying is
we got to get up on this damn train to get this bounty.
Oh shit! All right, so
y'all on that.
All right, continue.
All right, I'm just saying, bro. Like I used to do the same thing, but we used to attach ourselves to like vehicles. One time we thought it was funny. We laid down on the skateboard and we used we used our feet to hold the bottom of the car. Wow. And we would lay down on the skateboard and the driver could not see you at all. Like you disappeared to him. Bro, wow. We used to take off, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I was a dumbass kid. I used to do dumbass shit. But I had a fun childhood, and I blame video games for that.
Okay, and that was our BS for this week.
Wait. Parental advisory. Children, do not do what I say. Children, do not do what I say. Parental advisory. PSA, do not do what I say. I was a dumbass kid. This is before we had the internet, guys. So we had to make our own fun.
All right, so
figure out what to do.
All right, so before we wrap up this episode, does anybody have any more mentions? Just like my boy said, man.
Honorable mention.
Anyone play Siphon Filter?
Nah, I never played that, but I am gonna throw, Dave Mira BMXing in there because that was the shit when I was a kid, bro. I put some hours into that. Dave Mira, Tony Hawk.
I wasn't a big fan of the Dave Mira. I was just Tony Hawk out.
Yeah, I don't think I played that. I played more of wasn't what was that famous dirt bike rider back then?
Oh, I don't know.
Lord knows. But there was a lot of once Tony Hawk hit the stand, there was a lot of names and extreme sports right after that. So we got a lot of good games.
Jeremy McGrath, that's who it was.
I have no idea who that is.
Dirt bike racing. I think that was PS1. I'm not sure. That might be PS2.
Yeah, that might have been too much for the PlayStation 1. But hey, man, we actually here, man. That was another episode, man. PS and BS. We got our boys all
episode
back in the
4.
room, man.
We did it.
We're clipping it off. We're clipping it off right here. This is what we doing.
That's it, man.
Yeah, we can.
I mean,
all right. Well, okay. Before we clip it off, I want to end it with this. I'm gonna go ahead and end off the pod today, man.
All right.
Been absent.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and end it with this. Listeners, how y'all doing? This is your boy Biggs, the most lovable one out of the group.
Bullshit. Sorry.
How y'all doing?
Bullshit.
The most charming.
Sorry.
Alright, so now that we got that out the way, now that we know each other, we're not strangers no more. I just want to put it out there. I don't know, wherever y'all listeners can comment or share y'all opinions on the podcast. I don't know if Trav set anything like that up with the podcast, but wherever you can do that, I want you to go ahead and share your opinions on something that Trav said earlier this week that I feel like just cannot go overlooked. It just cannot go overlooked.
What did you say?
So I want to go ahead and just leave this. We're not going to talk about it. Nobody chime in once I say this. I'm ending it right after I say this.
Right.
But listeners, make sure you go express your feelings about this statement wherever you can. Trav said that the Avengers game is going to outsell Final Fantasy VII Remake. All right, I want to leave it at that. Go ahead and comment your opinions. I'm not giving any more energy to that because that's just absurd. So this has been another episode of PS and BS with the guys, man. It was episode 4.
Yeah, we out, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He did it. He fucking did it.